Hello, guys. Welcome back. Welcome back to the Disky. Welcome back to the channel. It is an exciting weekend of your weekly football, your local football. It's the last round of matches this weekend, so we're going to be closing off with a nice week. Look, there's a lot of exciting things that's been happening this week, and exciting things you can expect. So stay tuned for more exciting cover up. We're going to be talking about Pirates versus or Amazulu versus Orlando Pirates. Now, before going any further, please don't forget, thank you so much for those who keep on coming back and who've been supporting the channel. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and click on the notification bell. Really appreciate your support, guys. So let's get to it, man. What can we expect? What's happening in the streets so far? So it's an exciting game this weekend, even though it's the last game of the season. It's final matches for everyone. And with this game, so much to play for, man. So much to play for one team. So for me, Amazulu don't really have much to play for. To be fair, not even a top 8 finish is going to be enough for them to secure. Even if they get a win, sorry, it's not even enough to secure a top 8 finish. So for them, it's just about pride. It's just about finishing off the season on a good note and making sure that they are not in conversation about playoffs and all these things, because these days 32 points is not enough to secure your spot in the Premier League. So it's been everything has come and gone. We can't really talk about much what's been happening in regards to their season. So I'm gonna start there. A lot of changes from their side. A lot of things have happened in regards to coaching, cleaning up a lot of players. For me, Amazulu, a lot of tactical changes, approaches against philosophy, if any, and within also demoting coach or Pinde Baibuisa again. So those are other things that Amazulu has actually had. That's the kind of season they have from Onayab, because he seems to be running everything. Every week, Uzongu talking about this and that. So with this game, I guess for them, not enough emotions. I don't think they have it in them to really trouble a Paris Kangaka. But they'll be more relaxed. Let's be fair. They'll be relaxed. I think they'll be playing a normal game. They would like to think that they've actually done enough for them not to really have to play AMA playoffs. They still have secured that spot for next season. So I think here you could see a lot of changes, maybe bringing in a few young guys. But as you can see, they don't have enough depth for them to have maybe introduce new players and all these things. But I'm thinking it's just that maybe giving the players a run, those who haven't gotten a chance, maybe giving those players who have played the season, yonke, relax and just have enough. So it's a home game for them. I think for Durban, it's going to be just a nice fixture for tomorrow. Go out with your friends and enjoy ball. But if we had to go to the game itself, for me, since the new coach has taken over from Ben 10 or Rubano Fushosa, sorry. I don't think there's much that he has changed apart from him bringing back Kanen no Macho. For them, man, there is not enough attacking, not even attacking, but players that you can really see that they can really unlock players on the game. Look, they're a good team. They're a solid team. They are a DSTV Premiership team. I think I would say that. But obviously, they've recruited the experience here and there. They've gotten Tungsani Zuma from the Kaiser Chiefs. They have George Maduleka from Sundowns. They've signed a lot of free agents. They have defense, Mubara, they have Umpahlele. Hanamup, I think that's one of the guys for me that has been raising his hands the whole season. So for me, that's an interesting player to, if you had to watch the game, he can be a player that actually really supports the attack very well. That the problem I have is that they haven't really been a more of playing a brand of football that's easy to identify on the eye. There's pleasing on the eye that you can say, okay, Amazulu dlala kanje. Because one game is like a set piece, the other is individual brilliance. Sometimes it's just a draw. Sometimes it's just one sniff of a chance then Bakora. So they've played against Pirates in the final and they lost. So for me, tactically, I think they don't have enough ne? To really trouble Pirates Kangaka. They can frustrate them in a sense where you can see them trying to absorb, defend a lot, clear my chances, and just defend. I think that's the only thing you can give them. Mumu they're good defenders. So they can hold their own in that sense. But for them to say that you can see a quick in the first 20 minutes scoring a goal, I don't see it. I don't see it because, like I said, for them, there's not much to play for unless the 3 points means a lot to them. There's not much to celebrate from it even. It's just you're looking at how far you're going to land on the season, on the table. But when you go to Pirates, there's a lot to play for. And maybe Amazulu would know that. So we would expect a lot of psychological games, mind games, and all these things. Pirates are level on points with the Super Sport at this current moment. But for them, there would be less pressure because there's two things they're thinking about. There's the final next week, and the fact that even if they don't make it to CAF, meaning Champions League, they still can qualify for Confed. So there is a bit of, which one do we go for? Which target do we shoot for? Do we go for CAF or Confed? So I'm expecting a lot of changes because they know very well that Sukukune, with one eye, they've been looking at how they're going to be shaping up against Amazulu, which players to plan for, which are the players as well, they can actually nullify the attack and what kind of ideas they can formulate. For that game, for them, it's going to be a study match. So they wouldn't want to reveal a lot of cards to their other opponents for the final because I think the mindset is going to be in the final. That's the only way for them to lose it. So the only way Pirates can lose this game is against themselves. If they think about the final and not about the moment, which is the game itself, for you to secure Champions League this season. That's the only way I see it. But let's look at the game itself. So, like I said in the previous episode, Umtetwa has been giving them a good shape. I don't think he's putting him or he's giving him a chance because maybe it's because of a rotation. Maybe the guy's a bit fatigued. To see Kloki has been playing very well. They've actually, because Olisandana, who was giving them problems in the sense of making a lot of mistakes in that defensive shape. And maybe it's because of the formation. Maybe it drains him a lot, having to play just a 3 at the back. But you've seen the Spanish guitar, they call it, Jose Riviero, that he prefers that formation a lot. He likes to play with 3 at the back, and more if not a 3-5-2, a 3-4-3 or a 3-4-2-1. So for me, when you look at that, Mtetwa, for me, because he wants to see if either Usbizi avoiding injury and all these things, and because they have depth, they're allowed to do that. This is what's nice about having a depth and having to have 2 or 3 players that can replace a position. And at the same time, they still are able to fill it well, and the team doesn't really feel like, there's a lot of changes being made. So there, I think we'll keep Usbisi. Usbisi has been solid for them, Nokoki. One of the two may be sacrificed for Umtetwa. Then you'll see Marco again. Hey, this thing, I still don't understand it, but Marco as a more of a right wing back, because he does push forward. And you have Maela or Ution Hoto. Yeah, so that's the kind of either or I can see. Then maybe he could give Makahula. Like, there's this thing, I don't know if you guys have seen that. There's this thing that they always say that what happens when a player plays against his former team? Because there seems to be maybe a psychological factor because those players end up becoming either the difference, someone who scores against their previous teams. It happens to Kaiser Chiefs as well, where 2 former Kaiser Chiefs players were the ones who scored the goals. So maybe there's a psychological or a football magic, something like that happens. So maybe they'll give him a chance because he's actually had a good game in the last game. So Makaul, I could see maybe just giving Utim a rest for a final as a defensive mid, Undlondlo also maybe given a chance, maybe with first lineup, maybe we could see him there. Chugamanja in front, Erasmus. Then on the side, Saleng definitely. I don't think he'll rest him because you need a bit of an attack from him. Maybe he will sacrifice second half. Then on the left, if we have Mayela at the back, or maybe you have Ution Hoto, then another midfielder would be either Ukabelo Dlamini, because we've seen them. He's played left-footed players a lot. So you can see Ukabelo Dlamini playing the 10 again there. Then that potentially could be the lineup that Pirates could be looking at. And look at the lineup itself. It's a very strong lineup. There's a lot of experience and a lot of quality players at the same time, a bit of quality in every department. So for me, hence why I'm saying that I don't see Amazulu beating the side. If I were to be fair, I do not see Amazulu coming out with a win. A draw is possible because the one thing that Pirates has is being able to beat themselves a lot. When they start playing the ball in front of other opponents, like the last game against Sekhukhune as well in the league, where they played in front of them, they were not really challenging them in any way where they could ask the right questions. On the wing, if you're going to the wing and whipping across, it's anyone's ball. Let's be fair, if you're going to be relying that 80% of the time, how about you use the abilities that you have in actually penetrating from the middle and splitting passes, however, that creativity has to start from there. So the midfield battle should start from there because they have the players who can do that for them. So it's a matter of the approach from the coach's side. Because for me, I feel, even though I was wrong in the previous game, here, Pirates, either is two things. They could go in transition, they could defend a bit deeper, attack maybe later on in the game, or rely on transition, or they can go on an all attack because they actually need the points. Maybe the first 30 minutes, you can expect a lot of energy, the tempo of the game, they could control it because they do control it at times. So to show you that, look, they have the players. We've seen that in big games. Saleng not as much, but I think they have the ability to really come up with a win here. Because where it matters most, we've seen that Pirates can actually do it. They've shown that they can get the results when it's needed. And the coach has settled in well. I think he now knows he has the ability to make the right changes. So he knows exactly what he needs from the players themselves to get the wins that he has. So apart from also them being guarding or relying on set pieces, but I feel like there's a goal for Saleng, there's an assist for Mukabedo Dlamini, there's an assist for Mution Hoto, even a goal, And I forgot Umnari as well, coming with his experience in the midfield. So Makahula, they could be protecting that defense very well. I don't see themselves conceding in that game. But those are the kind of interesting ideas, the kind of players that you can say. But let's look at the key players, apart from the lineups itself. So from me, you can expect Saleng as usual, being a problem for Amazulu. You also can expect Chugamanja has been having a good season, or a second round he has been having a good season, so you can expect a goal from him because we've seen his quality. So he knows how to sniff searches. He reminds me of Peter Shalulile at times because of the way he is able to just be there at the right time. That tap in, that header. So he gives a different dynamic to the game where you can see them, having to adjust to a different setup if Amazulu plans to lock a wing player up. So maybe they can come inside in that 18 or 6 area. I don't see them taking shots unless Mundlo has that technique. He has the ability to do that, but they haven't really done that. Kemet can actually do that as well for them, can give them that impetus where they can have chances with the 18. If they can focus on that, because they do have players who can actually get them the chances in that side or from that position. But that's the only thing I'm saying that maybe it could be an issue for them. So for me, Pirates, for me, there's a lot of that game is very interesting when you look at the emotion, the planning around it, because the players as well may be in their minds, if not. So maybe they would be rushed, but we have to see maturity from them. Because look, you are a professional. This is what we want to see. We want to be able to see the kind of brand where players are able to play in the most professional way, even though there's a final waiting for them, then they're still able to get the results. And the tactical awareness from the coaches. So obviously, for me, Riviero has shown that he has that ability. And that's what I'm saying with that game alone. It's the game that you can expect to see, and those are the kind of things from my side you can expect. But please, guys, leave comments, like the video if you like what we talk about, or what you, even if you have a difference in opinion respectively. Tell me what you think. What do you think Pirates can come up with? And what do you think what do you think we can see from this game differently? But now, if I had to give you a prediction, Pirates are high in confidence, ne? And Ilokuzan, Amazulu, they've lost their previous game. So if they don't get a 0-0 draw, because Pirates sometimes now, man, getting goals is a bit more because they have to leave it last minute. I would give Pirates either 1-0 or a 2-0. I don't see Pirates conceding in this game unless it's from a set piece. So that would be my prediction for this game. But I can't wait. It's a final match of the season. It's like a final for every of these guys just to close off the season. So catch you on the next episode. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and click on the notification bell so you can get notified whenever I drop a new episode. See you next week. Thank you so much for the support that you guys have given me. Let's talk on see you on the next episode. Bye for now.